Hello everyone, welcome to yet another session of Aspire Organic Chemistry. My name is Pahul. I am sure you've been waiting for this organic chemistry session. Now today I have taken some really interesting and tricky questions because JEE Advanced does the same, yes? So let's get into the first question. That is going to be the homework from the previous class of atomic structure that I took. If you haven't watched that class, please make sure you do. I have discussed loads of things about Schrodinger's wave equation, the model of the atom, etc, etc. So let us look at this question. Let's read out the question first and then we'll solve it. The hydrogen-like species lithium-2 positive is in a spherically symmetric state S1 with one radial node. Spherically symmetric state, yaad rakhna. Upon absorbing light, the ion undergoes transition to a state S2 and the state S2 has one radial node. And its energy is equal to the ground state energy of the hydrogen atom. Let's connect the dots now. First is in a spherically symmetric state with one radial node. Spherically symmetric states are all s orbitals. P orbital is not spherically symmetric, D orbital is not spherically symmetric, neither is the F orbital. Only the S orbitals are spherically symmetric. Yes, वो बिल्कुल गोल गोल से होते हैं S orbitals. Yes. So now in the S orbital, what's happening over here is you have one radial node. In the previous class, I have told you about the formula of the radial node. So please वो remember. I hope you remember. Please you revise कर लेना. So radial nodes formula is n minus L minus 1. If you try to fit, the only n value that fits is 2 because the L value is fixed as S. So the first thing, state S1 is 2S. Very obvious, very easy, आसानी से हो गया. Now upon absorbing light, the ion undergoes to a transition to a state S2. S2 has one radial node, okay, ये याद रखेंगे, and its energy is equal to the ground state energy of the hydrogen atom. People, what is the Bohr's model of the atom's energy? Minus 13.6 into Z square by N square electron volts. This is the energy. Now, for the hydrogen atom, it is just minus 13.6. Over here we have lithium. Lithium's atomic number, yes, and this implies that since Z square by N square has to be 1 because the energy is equal to the ground state, yes, they have to cancel out with each other. So N is equal to 3. So your principal quantum number is 3. Principal quantum number is 3. Yes. तो अब यहाँ पे क्या आ गया? That for S2 it is 3 something something something. Now this has what? This has one radial node. Okay, one radial node. So 3 minus L minus 1 is equal to 1. So L value is equal to 1. L value is equal to 1. That's the last question. The orbital angular momentum quantum number, ये बड़ा सारा जो नाम दिया है, this is nothing but the azimuthal quantum number. This is just one fancy way of writing it out. So what's the azimuthal quantum number? 1. Now the second question says the energy of the state S1 in units of the hydrogen atom ground state energy is. So hydrogen atom ground state energy is minus 13.6. S1 is what? It is a 2S. Yes. So the energy would be minus 13.6 into, मैं थोड़ा साइड पे कर देता हूँ इसको. हाँ जी. Minus 13.6 into Z square, that is 9. Yes. Upon n square. N is given as 2 over here for the S1. तो वो बन गया 4. What is this value? This value is equal to 2.25. Alrighty. So I hope you attempted this question at home. This was a very interesting question. Has the application of the Bohr's model of the atom and a little bit about the electronic configuration in terms of SPDF as well. Alright, ठीक है. I hope you were able to do this question. Now let us look at this particular question. Yes. अब इस question में क्या है? You've got one equivalent of MEMGBr. What is this, people? ये क्या चीज है? This is Grignard reagent. Yes. This is what? This is Grignard reagent. Now a lot of people would call it Grignard, but it's pronounced as Grignard. So now what has been given in this question is you have one equivalent of Grignard reagent. एक equivalent है बस. You have to react it with this particular species. what will be the product? एक बार देखो इस क्वेश्चन को ध्यान से, मैं साइड पे हो जाता हूं. Yes, did you see the question? Are you able to solve it? So you must be saying, sir, there are three things that can react. This is one, and this is one. There are two ketones. There is one aldehyde. There is one ketone that has another conjugation into it. So there can be this kind of addition? Michael addition हो सकता है क्या? So on and so forth. See, people, if you are choosing any product out of A, B or C, you are absolutely wrong. The answer in this case is none of these. And you must be wondering, sir, ये कैसे हो सकता है? I'll tell you how. Do you remember that whenever you are doing reactions with Grignard reagent, you always keep the conditions of dry ether? ये dry word याद है क्या तुमको? Do you remember dry ether is always taken? Why dry? Because what does this provide essentially? This gives you a carbon ion, isn't it? That is what it's going to give you. Now, this carbon ion can act as a nucleophile. Yes, this can act as a nucleophile, or this can act as a base. Nucleophile में it will attack a carbon, base में it will simply capture a hydrogen. And as all of you would know, that capturing a base is much more easy compared to capturing a carbon itself. Yes, this is kinetically favored. It is fast. It happens quickly. Yes. So what ends up happening is that if this Grignard reagent finds a trace of any proton that it can abstract, any acidic proton, like water for instance, if there is any acidic proton in the system, this guy is going to capture it and do no reaction. Do you notice this particular substance? इसमें अगर तुमने देखा हो तो this is an acidic hydrogen, isn't it? Mildly acidic, of course, but still acidic. Yes, and Grignard reagent is powerful enough to simply capture this. तो कुछ ना होगा भैया, यहाँ पे ये CH4 बन के मीथेन बन के बैठ जाएगा. None of these compounds will be formed. The answer is D in this case. People, such questions have come time and again in JEE Advanced, where they check your mental presence by giving you something with Grignard reagent that is not absolutely dry. ठीक है जी. So whenever you have Grignard reagents, before doing anything, just check whether the entire mixture has an acidic hydrogen or not. Alrighty, ये चीज दिमाग में रखो. Please keep this in mind. Now let's move on to the next question, and this is a beautiful question. Such questions are known as roadmap questions. I am sure all of you have a certain either you have an affinity for such questions, or you perhaps hate such questions quite a lot. Let's read it out. First of all, you've got phenol. You put it in loads of hydrogen, and you put it with some nickel, high temperature and high pressure. Okay, makes sense. Then I use Jones reagent. This is an oxidizing agent. After oxidizing it, I react it with this hydroxylamine. Yes, हाइड्रोक्सिलामाइन से रिएक्ट किया, उसके बाद बना कुछ. उसमें अगर मैंने हीट डाला, then I get this very fancy substance called caprolactam. And if I heat caprolactam in some water, maybe a little bit of base catalyst, yeah, it polymerizes. If you've read the chapter of NCERT, this last step would be very easy for you. Polymers chapter, please read it if you haven't. Polymerize होके बनता है D. Let's start doing it one by one. Let's do it step by step, okay? So first of all, we have phenol over here. Phenol कैसा दिखता है अपने को सबको पता है. Phenol, our favorite compound, with this OH on top. Now people, I am doing a reduction over here essentially with nickel as the catalyst, and I have some really heavy conditions over here, really stark conditions, high temperature, high pressure. Yes, so what this will do is this will allow us to reduce benzene itself. In normal conditions, at normal temperatures, benzene can't be reduced using hydrogen and nickel, but hydrogenation of benzene can be done at high pressures, with strong conditions. So what you will get as the product A over here, which I'll draw, is cyclohexanol. एक cyclohexane बना रहेगा और उसके ऊपर यहाँ तुम्हें मिल जाएगा OH. As simple as that. Basically your double bonds are reduced to single bonds now by the provision of hydrogen. ठीक है? Now what's gonna happen? You've got Jones reagent. People, what's Jones reagent? बताओ chat box में बताओ मेरे को. What is Jones reagent? Jones reagent is basically CrO3 in some acid. Yes. तो Jones reagent में क्या करेंगे अपन? This is basically a good oxidizing agent. यहाँ पे oxidize क्या होगा? This OH group will get oxidized. So let us make the compound B. Compound B is going to be this particular substance. Cyclohexanone, एक कीटोन बन जाएगा वहां पे. Okay, awesome. Then you have a classic reaction with some nitrogen species, hydroxylamine along with a carbonyl compound. What's gonna happen? सबको ये रिएक्शन पता है. Nitrogen essentially will make a double bond with the carbon over here instead of the oxygen. Yes. तो finally product C will be something like this. ये ऐसे का ऐसा ही रहेगा. The double bond will now be with nitrogen and the nitrogen has an OH group on it. This is what? This is a ketoxime. Yes. Ketoxime forming from a ketone. Ketoxime. Yes. चलो ketoxime बन गया. अब ketoxime के बाद क्या है? You have given it some acid with a little bit of heat and you're forming caprolactam. People, those of you who remember this particular reaction, this is a classic reaction. Yes, nitrogen and its compounds में पढ़ा होगा कहीं पे तो. So the idea is that this is a classic reaction, and this reaction, if you remember, I mean when we talk about the functional group of nitrogen, you must have read it. This is our Beckmann rearrangement. Yes, याद है? Beckmann rearrangement. If you don't remember, don't worry, I will explain the exact mechanism of Beckmann rearrangement to you right now and then we'll come back to that question. ठीक है? तो Beckmann rearrangement करते हैं. होता क्या है? Let's take any random ketoxime. ठीक है जी? Double bond N OH and you have R1 and you have R2. Now what we'll do is we'll keep it under some acidic conditions. What happens when an acid is there, when the OH is there in the structure? The OH has two lone pairs. Yes. So this will capture the hydrogen. Hydrogen capture हो गया. क्या बनेगा बाद में? You will get the same species, but it's gonna have an OH2 positive on top of it. This is R1 and this is R2. R1, R2 are two alkyl chains, different alkyl chains. Cool. Now this is where things get a little more interesting. इसके बाद ध्यान से देखना क्या होने वाला है. Okay, what happens is OH2 है, it needs electrons, it just pulls these electrons towards itself. This nitrogen of course has a lone pair. Now this step is the most interesting step in Beckmann rearrangement and this is something that you have to keep in mind. What happens is this bond that is there, the carbon with R1 bond, ठीक है, और ये OH2 नीचे था. OH2 is pointing towards the bottom, this is pointing towards the top. These two bonds are anti to each other. So this bond will leave and the bond anti to it will now migrate. Do you realize what is happening? This bond is broken, its electrons are given towards this carbon and nitrogen's lone pairs capture this particular group, alkyl group, and OH2 leaves. Now you must be wondering, sir, R2 क्यों नहीं गया? Because of steric factors. Sin में नहीं होता removal. I mean, can you imagine this migrating to nitrogen while the OH is leaving? There's just too much hindrance over there, right? OH is leaving, ऊपर से उल्टी दिशा से from the opposite anti end the migration happens. ठीक है? So what will happen after this? What will we get after this? Let's try to make that. ठीक है? ये तुम्हारा कार्बन था which had a double bond with nitrogen. ठीक है? Now what has happened? It has captured the electrons. ठीक है? वो नाइट्रोजन के साथ दे दो. All right? Because the bond is getting lost. This bond is getting lost. this bond will come towards nitrogen. Okay, so basically यहाँ से गया, nitrogen will develop a positive charge, bonds captured by carbon, this will develop a negative charge. Yes, so एक extra bond बन गया. Let's ये वाला bond जो है थोड़ा सा dark कर दिया मैंने अभी. Right, now the nitrogen because of its lone pair has captured R1, वो भी बना देते हैं यहाँ पे. ठीक है, instead of making it like this I should make it in a linear fashion because it's a triple bond. Yes, तो सीधा बनाते हैं यहाँ पे R1 आएगा. Yeah, now on carbon there is this R2 already, and since nitrogen now has 4 bonds on it, this will carry a positive charge. Triply bonded nitrogen that carries a positive charge, this is very unstable, isn't it? This is super unstable. और इसके साथ क्या बन रहा है साथ में? You are getting some water which left. Now since this is super unstable, what the nitrogen wants to do is that it wants to pull the electrons towards itself, but that would leave carbon with a positive charge on a carbon that has a double bond. You remember vinylic carbocation, it's very unstable. So what that is gonna do, ये ऑक्सीजन का लोन पेयर आप यहाँ पे अटैक करवा दो. Take the lone pair from the oxygen and attack on this carbon. It's a very beautiful process that is happening. You just need to make it once in your notebook and you'll remember it easily. बहुत मस्त एकदम entertaining चीजें हो रही हैं यहाँ पे. Yeah. So what will happen now? Just look at this. ठीक है. C double bond N. ठीक है. वहाँ पे एक R है. This carbon already had an R. Alkyl chain, and this OH has migrated over here. Yes, OH2 positive रहेगा, then lose the hydrogen into the solvent itself. चलेगा. Cool. ये बन गया. Now people, do you notice that this thing can tautomerize? This thing can tautomerize, yes. What will it tautomerize into? देखो क्या बनेगा. This is carbon. Make the double bond over here. ठीक है, ये हाइड्रोजन यहाँ माइग्रेट हो जाएगा and the double bond will come to the oxygen. Yes, as good as ketone or tautomerism, just different. Amido. ठीक है, so NHR1 will remain over here. Yes, and यहाँ पे बन जाएगा R2. This is the final species that you will get. Appreciate what is happening. ये देखो, पहले अपने पास था ये ketoxime. What has happened is the group that is anti to the OH has migrated to the nitrogen. The nitrogen gets a hydrogen and this carbon now instead gets a double bond O. People, look at this reaction and please write this down. Screenshot ले लो. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Okay? चलो बढ़िया है. Now let's go back to that question which was a good application of all of this. ठीक है, so we'll start from step C. Yeah, तो C पे क्या बना था अपने पास? C was this. Yeah, this particular structure that I'll make was C. अपने पास बन गया था एक ketoxime, double bond N, and over here you get an OH group. So what will form after this? जब Beckmann rearrangement हो जाएगा तो क्या बनेगा? Beckmann rearrangement हो जाएगा तो क्या बनेगा? Basically मोटा मोटा लगाएं तो this carbon will migrate over here. Yes, and this OH will go towards this particular carbon as a double bond O. तो मैं बनाने की कोशिश करता हूँ क्या बनेगा. Okay, I'll try to make it in a similar fashion first so that it is easier for us to comprehend. Then I'll make the final structure. ठीक है, तो नाइट्रोजन ऐसा रहा. This is the carbon. First carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, and this carbon is now joined with the nitrogen. ठीक है, and now this OH has migrated and it is gonna create a, sorry मैंने ये गलत मार्क कर दिया यहाँ पे, just a second, this is gonna migrate to this particular carbon. Yes, the carbon that was bonded to nitrogen, उसी carbon पे the OH will migrate. Cool. So let me make it over here. This will get a double bond O. The structure looks a bit cramped. Let's try to make it in a better fashion. तो कुछ ऐसा दिखने वाला स्ट्रक्चर बन जाएगा. There is a 7-membered ring. ठीक है, this is a 7-membered ring, yes, and there is a double bond O over here. This particular structure is known as caprolactam. All right, 7-membered ring, this is known as caprolactam. This is a very classic example. You must have read this somewhere or the other. Now if you've read NCERT, you would remember this reaction as well. ये बिल्कुल ऐसे का ऐसा NCERT में दे रखा है. Same ditto reaction. Caprolactam, this much heat in water polymerizes and you get D. Now, the polymer that you would get basically is something that breaks from here and joins into a chain. I'll tell you what you make. Basically, ये वाला carbon है with a double bond O on top. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbons. Let's make those 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbons. Yes, and then last carbon is bonded to a nitrogen, जिसके सिर पे एक hydrogen रहेगा, of course, which we haven't drawn here because this is a bond line formula. Yes, otherwise there is a hydrogen on the nitrogen, of course. And this particular thing will keep on repeating. This is the polymer. People, do you recognize what polymer this is? Do you remember what polymer this is? This polymer is known as nylon 6. There is some other polymer called nylon 6 that is different. This is nylon 6. This is used in ropes. वो रस्सियाँ बनती है ना जो, उसमें ये यूज होता है. Alright, plastic bags, ropes, etc. This is the polymer that's used. So D over here is nylon 6. People, this question can come in JEE Advanced like a passage. ठीक है, पैसेज टाइप का क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. यू हैव ऑप्शन, यू हैव A, B, C and D. You can have 3 or 4 questions coming out of the same particular scheme of reactions. मजा आया? I really like this question. ठीक है, so once again, if you want to watch this entire question once again, you can, because this is a premiere, you can rewind it. Otherwise, after the class is over, it will be available on YouTube, so you can watch it 20, 30, 40, 100 times if you want to. ठीक है, तो Beckman rearrangement कर लिया. Now people, let's get to this question. इस question पे जाते हैं. Which of these is more susceptible to attack by a strong base? Write the product formed with the correct stereochemistry. Strong base. People, I am sure you have seen such compounds react with strong bases. What will happen? Basically, what will happen is an E2 elimination. You will have debromination, yes? डिहाइड्रोहैलोजिनेशन लगा लो, डीब्रोमिनेशन लगा लो, जो भी लगाना लगा लो. बेसिकली आपके पास एलिमिनेशन होगा, एक ब्रोमीन जाएगा, एक हाइड्रोजन जाएगा. यस. नाउ पीपल, आई एम श्योर यू हैव studied the transition state of E2 and you must have learnt this, that the transition state in this case comes from an anti-periplanar geometry. ठीक है people, this is advanced preparation, hence I am going into such deep details. Anti-periplanar geometry of bromine with the hydrogen that is leaving. Let's try to make it and then I will explain. ठीक है, please remember E2 debromination, anti-periplanar. चलो, अब सोचते हैं स्ट्रक्चर नंबर A के बारे में. Okay, let's try to think about structure A. Alright, what is happening in structure A? First of all, I'll make the Sohos projection. Okay, stereochemistry की बात हो रही है, so we have to look at it from different angles. So let's make the Sohos projection first. This is the front carbon, this is the back carbon. On the back carbon, on the bottom, ठीक है, on the back carbon on the bottom you will have bromine. On the right hand side you will have hydrogen, and on the left hand side you will have phenyl group. How do I make this? Basically, whenever you see a Fischer projection, always imagine this. The groups on the top and the bottom are going behind the plane, पीछे जा रहे हैं ये, and these groups are coming towards you. Okay, this one, let me just draw it, this one and this one. These groups are coming towards you. All right, so ये दिख कैसा रहा है मैं बताता हूँ. Okay, this is the middle वाला bond, this blue pen, this is one bromine and this is the other bromine which I am holding over here. ठीक है, sorry, this is the CH3, this is the bromine. Yes, This is exactly what I'm drawing. समझ रहा है क्या बना रहा हूं मैं? This is what I'm drawing. ऐसे था, I am drawing it like this. Make sense? This was what it was. This is what I am making now. Okay. So bromine at the bottom. यहाँ पे नीचे क्या आएगा? CH3. This hydrogen on the right hand side and the phenyl on the left hand side. Yes, ये बन गया कि नहीं? आराम से देख लो, तसल्ली कर लो अपनी. Cool. Now people, let's try to make its Newman projection. इसका न्यूमैन प्रोजेक्शन बनाते हैं, in which we will keep hydrogen and bromine anti to each other. So in this first carbon, ये वाला कार्बन आगे बन रहा है, alright, this is the front carbon. Let's keep hydrogen on the top. Anti-clockwise to hydrogen there is a phenyl group, benzene. Anti-clockwise to the benzene there is a CH3. This is the front carbon. Let's make the back carbon now. Back carbon पे I need to keep bromine over here. Okay, let's keep that. Towards the anti-clockwise side of bromine there is hydrogen. Bromine anti-clockwise hydrogen. Anti-clockwise to hydrogen there is a phenyl group. Anti-clockwise to hydrogen there is a benzene ring. That is the pH. Now people, this hydrogen and this bromine can leave by the attack of a base. Let's say there is a base. कोई भी base आ रहा है. This is base. ठीक है, ये बेस अटैक करेगा हाइड्रोजन पे. दिस बॉन्ड विल ब्रेक, दिस बॉन्ड विल ब्रेक, while bromine will take away the electrons. Anti-periplanar. Why is it supposed to be anti-periplanar? Because if the base approaches from the bottom, it's gonna interact with bromine. नहीं कर सकता वहां से approach. See, if something like this was happening, let's say bromine, hydrogen, and the base wants to come over here. Do you realize that this is bromine? It has a huge electron cloud. This is a base. This will also have a negative charge. Negative charge with an electron cloud doesn't make sense, right? What makes sense, however, is this kind of a system. Hydrogen, bromine. This bromine can easily leave. No hindrance. खाली जगह है यहाँ पे. And the base can also come over here easily. B बोले तो base. ठीक है, so anti-periplanar is important. Now in this case, if I arrange it in the anti-periplanar fashion, do you notice one thing that is happening? A benzene ring and a benzene ring is coming close together. Do you realize that this has steric hindrance? The product that you will form out of this, okay, is going to be a double bond like this. This is the front carbon, this is the back carbon. Front carbon, back carbon. Okay, on the back carbon there is hydrogen on the right, pH on the left. Let's make it as it is. वही बनेगा. On the front carbon, bromine, on the front carbon hydrogen will leave, pH on the left, CH3 on the right. Let's make that. यहाँ पे भी these are close to each other. Benzene on the same side. Do you realize this steric hindrance exists in the product as well, exists in the reactant as well, hence will exist in the transition state as well. So the transition state is sterically hindered. This is what you will get at the end from product A, from the reactant A. So this is sterically hindered. The transition state, TS बोले तो, is sterically hindered over here. Now let us make the exact same thing for the structure B. चलो जी इसको हटाते हैं. Let me make the biggest eraser. चलो जी अब बनाएंगे इसको. अब कैसे बनाएंगे? You have to do the same analysis, people. I'll be a little more quick this time around. Okay? So ये बना दिया मैंने. Back पे क्या है मेरे पास? On the bottom I'll have bromine. On the right hand side there is a benzene. On the left hand side there is a hydrogen. Yes. And यहाँ पे क्या बनेगा? Once again there's a CH3 over here at the bottom. On the right there is a hydrogen. On the left there is a benzene ring. Now let us make the Newman projection as well. Front carbon, I have to keep hydrogen, let's say, at the top. Left side to the hydrogen, anti-clockwise there's a phenyl group, benzene ring. Right side पे CH3. Alrighty. Now on the back what's happening? We have to keep the bromine at the bottom. Bromine at the bottom. Yes. Towards the left side of bromine there's a pH. Anti-clockwise to the bromine. Anti-clockwise to the pH there's a hydrogen. Keep it over here. Now people, Do you realize there is one benzene over here and there is one benzene over there? जिंदगी सुखी हो गई, जिंदगी सफल हो गई. This has no steric hindrance over here. This hydrogen and this bromine can easily leave. ये base आएगा, इसको लेके चला जाएगा. This bromine can also leave easily, anti-periplanar, and there is no steric hindrance because of the benzene rings. Finally, the product that you will get out of it is also very beautiful. Hydrogen on the left hand side, pH on the right hand side. On the front carbon, pH on the left hand side and CH3 on the right hand side. Beautiful, isn't it? No steric hindrance. ये इस side पे है, ये इस side पे है. So this is the product that we will get. And since the transition state of B has lesser steric hindrance, this is more susceptible to attack by a strong base. The reaction will be faster for this particular isomer, not that isomer. Now if you remember thioerythro, पता है क्या तुम्हें? Do you remember erythro-thrio? I don't think it's in the syllabus anymore, but after the class just look at what is erythro and thrio. Okay, this is one type of nomenclature of isomers. ठीक है, this is used when meso compounds can be formed. ये एक बार देखना. Okay, I don't think it's in the syllabus anymore, but still just have a look at erythro-thrio. Okay, कभी इस पे सवाल आया नहीं है वैसे erythro-thrio पे, but just have a look at it. Might come in handy someday. चलो, ये question हो गया. Now people, this is one very 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 interesting question. Let's read it out once again. Trans-2-butene is treated with MCPBA. What is MCPBA? Metachloroperbenzoic acid. Then it is followed by sodium hydroxide, NaOH. The resultant product mixture is, now they haven't given you any compounds at the end. They have asked, is it optically active, is it optically inactive, is it resolvable, is it non-resolvable? Ooh, interesting. Right? This is a multiple choice question. First of all, multiple answers can be correct. Let's try to do this question. First of all, you have trans-butene. ये है तुम्हारे पास. Now I am adding metachloroperbenzoic acid with it. कैसा दिखता है? बनाते हैं फटाफट से. यहाँ क्लोरीन लगा दो और यहाँ पे बनेगा तुम्हारे पास, there will be a double bond O, and over here will be OOH, because this is perbenzoic acid. Yes, metachloroperbenzoic acid. So this particular oxygen is sort of reactive. Yes, in ये तीन ऑक्सीजन है, basically बीच वाला ऑक्सीजन जो है reactive हो जाता है. ठीक है, so there's going to be one oxygen that is reactive. Essentially what happens is इसके ऊपर add होता है. What is this reaction? This is epoxidation. Yes, do you remember this is epoxidation? So what will happen? I'll try to make a structure which looks a certain way because I have to prove a point for the next mechanism. This is the double bond. Now that on top of the double bond, ये double bond था, the oxygen will come and attack like this. Yes, पूरा ऐसे आके चिपक जाएगा. So there will be an oxygen. This is right now in the plane of the screen itself. Now there is one CH3 over here, one CH3 towards the other side. Let's try to make those. One CH3 is coming towards you and one of the CH3s is going away from you. Yeah, dash going in the other direction. And if I have to draw the hydrogens as well, यहाँ पे hydrogen पीछे जा रहा होगा and यहाँ पे hydrogen is coming towards us. Yes, the stereochemistry is important because the reaction is all about stereochemistry. Yes, now people, what is the next step? The next step is, this was the first step, the next step is you are attacking it with OH negative, NaOH, OH negative मिल रहा है. Now the OH negative can attack over here or it can attack over here. From the bottom, yes, ऊपर से नहीं आएगा because on the top there's already an oxygen, so it will come from the bottom. Let's try to make this case. Okay, ये वाला केस बनाते हैं. Let's try to make this case and then we'll realize whether we need to make the second case or not. तो ये केस मैं अगर बनाऊंगा, what will happen? Let's see. I will straight away make a Sohos projection. ठीक है, ये बीच वाला कार्बन, let's make it with red color itself. All right. On this carbon, ये जो back वाला कार्बन है, this carbon which I have highlighted with the red dot, this is that carbon. Okay, so on the top you'll have this oxygen जिसका OH बन जाएगा eventually when you put some solvent in it. Then you will have hydrogen on the left hand side and you will have the CH3 on the right hand side. This is what it is. Everyone understands this. Then on the front what you will have is, यहाँ पे जो है the OH attacks over here. Yes, the OH attacks over here. So it pushes this हाइड्रोजन एंड दिस CH3 ओवर द टॉप. ठीक है, तो हाइड्रोजन यहां था, ये ऊपर आ जाएगा, CH3 यहां था, ये ऊपर आ जाएगा. सो हाइड्रोजन टुवर्ड्स यू, CH3 अवे फ्रॉम यू. ठीक है, सो हाइड्रोजन टुवर्ड्स यू एंड CH3 अवे फ्रॉम यू. ओके, नाउ पीपल, just in order to understand what kind of a compound this is, let's make the Fischer projection. ठीक है, let's make the Fischer projection. Fischer projection बनाने में क्या मिलेगा? How will you make the Fischer projection? To make the Fischer projection, let's convert this into a better Sohos projection with two things pointing downwards. ठीक है, so मैं ऐसे बनाता हूँ that my CH3s are pointing downwards. Let's try to make that Sohos projection. CH3 and CH3. These are pointing downwards. Okay, so now how will I make this? It's very simple. CH3 towards the anti-clockwise you have an OH group, and anti-clockwise to the OH you have a hydrogen. On the front, CH3 anti-clockwise to the CH3 there is an OH group. Anti-clockwise OH group. Anti-clockwise to the OH there is a hydrogen. Anti-clockwise to the OH there is a hydrogen. Now if I look at it from the top, so I'll just tell you what the CH3s are like. Once again, this is what the CH3s are like. ठीक है, ये CH3s ऐसे हैं, इसको ऊपर से देखो बस. Alright, so what you will get ultimately after all of this analysis, कहाँ पे बनाऊँ मैं इसको, जगह नहीं बची बोर्ड पे. Let's make it over here itself. इस जगह पे बना देते हैं. Yes, let's make it over here. So what will I get? I will get this line. There is CH3 on the top, CH3 on the bottom, CH3 and CH3. On the top, on the right hand side you have OH, left hand side hydrogen, OH, H. Bottom maybe OH and H. People, do you realize what type of a compound is this? What type of a compound is this? देखो, इसकी first priority, इसकी second priority, इसकी third priority. So इसका configuration क्या आएगा? S, because hydrogen is at the front. So this will be S configuration and this will be R configuration. You can verify if you want to आराम से. S and R in the same molecule. Make its mirror image, you will get R and S. People, do you realize this is a meso compound? This is a meso compound. For those of you who are confused about RS meso compound, people, I have taken an entire series called Epic GOC. There is one episode in that on stereoisomers, two episodes in fact. So please make sure you watch that series if you don't know about R and S meso compounds etc, because these are important for JEE Advanced. Okay, so उसका link description box में डलवा दूंगा मैं. So please make sure you watch that. Now people, this is a meso compound. Meso compounds are essentially those compounds which have chiral centers. These two carbons are chiral centers, but they have internal compensation of rotation, so they are optically inactive. Yes, this structure, अपन ने ये वाला तो बना दिया. If I make this structure, it will make the mirror image of this particular isomer. Mirror image will also be the same essentially. ठीक है, OH and OH, hydrogen, hydrogen, CH3 and CH3. This is also a meso compound. So what you will get is a mixture which has just the meso compound in it. So the mixture is going to be optically inactive. Now since these are meso compounds, these are not enantiomers. Enantiomers can be resolved into enantiomeric excess. If you have R and S enantiomers together, that's called a racemic mixture. You can take that racemic mixture and separate it into just S or just R. But over here, what is happening? You have a meso compound. You cannot resolve a meso compound. Interesting, right? Now, if you had you have transbutene. If you had cis-butene, what will happen? If you have cis-butene, ठीक है, ये सोच के लाना है आपको. So basically, your homework for this class is that you have to think about the cis-butene. Same question, but you have to think what will be the answer if you have cis-butene. Resultant product mixture. Okay, you have to think about the resultant product mixture. Okay, ठीक है दोस्तों, काफी टाइम आज अपन ने स्पेंड कर लिया इस पे. सो नेक्स्ट क्लास में दैट विल बी योर होमवर्क. ऑलराइट पीपल, सो nowadays you must be wondering, sir, we have to prepare for JEE Advanced, what should we do? We don't know organic, ye wo. If you don't know organic, then please watch Epic GOC. The link is in the description box. It's really good for you if you want to boost your organic chemistry basics by a huge margin. Okay, apart from that, please make sure you're solving questions every day. You are setting mock tests for your own self. 3 घंटा दो, 6 घंटा दो, because it's JEE Advanced, right? So sit in the morning at 9 a.m. Do a test for 3 hours. Mock test. Take questions. Set a timer of 3 hours. Do those questions like a test. Then take a 2-hour break. Then again do 3 hours of question practice like this every other day. Okay? तो Monday को करोगे, फिर Wednesday, फिर Friday, so on and so forth. So make sure you make this habit out of yourself, because in the examination it is necessary for you to have your attention span for 3 plus 3 hours. Okay, the second thing is that you should be able to, just a second, the second thing is that you should be able to solve such questions. Okay, and how will you be able to solve these questions? If you solve more questions. So please make sure you do previous year question papers entirely. And if you have done those previous year question papers, please switch to a book like MS Chauhan, Himanshu Pandey, Cengage, any book is fine which has advanced level questions in it. Okay, so people, that's it from my side. Thank you so much. We'll see each other once again in the coming week, in this week itself, I guess. Yeah, on Wednesday. That's what I know. So we'll continue the analysis of such tricky questions in that class as well. Until then, I hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care. Good night.